hopefully this is the start to us getting back on track on posting on Mondays. With the weather, it's been a little wonky, but hopefully this is, hey, if you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button down there. I post every Monday, hopefully, if things work out. But new content, I try to post weekly. Today, again, we are experiencing biblical proportions of rain, but I want to talk to you about my camera setup. Maybe you're looking to start your own YouTube channel. Maybe just film your fishing adventures. That's always fun. Get some pretty intense stuff. But if you want to start fishing and recording it, watch to the end. I'm going to walk you through how I got to where I am today, even though my channel isn't that big. But we're going for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and help be a part of that. So stay tuned. This is, but it's beside my truck, and it's mysterious green smoke coming out of it. I hope that's nothing poisonous. So I think it's pretty interesting. I was thinking about this the other day, how full circle I've come. Back when I graduated high school, I watched a YouTube video on some topwater musky strikes, and it got me hooked. And ever since then, I've been all in, trying to catch them, trying to always beat my personal bests. So I think it's really interesting to be the one on YouTube now, fishing and doing all that kind of stuff. So last year I decided to, after watching more videos, just be like, all right, I can do this. So I launched my channel last summer. I'll leave a link for that very first video up there in the top, and you can check it out, and you can come back and critique how I can get better now, and so on and so forth. So when I launched my channel last year, I started with one camera. I got on eBay, and I began looking. At the time, it was the GoPro Hero 7 was the top model out. So in my mind, what I thought, well, maybe if I go back a few different generations, I could get one cheaper. And sure enough, I did. I started with the GoPro Hero 4. This is the silver edition. The silver edition's a little cheaper. I got it, this is refurbished. I got it cheap. I got it for like 84 bucks off eBay. I got that, and I got a bundle pack of mounts and accessories, and I was just going to go out and start fishing. So I done that, and I started with one camera, and I started with a chest mount, and I researched it, which was better, and pros and cons of each. And you can do head strap. There's lots of guys that do it, and for me personally, it kind of distorts the image. When you put it on top of your head, it looks like you're 60 feet tall and 1,000 yards away from whatever you're doing. So I didn't like that personally. If you want to use that, or if you do use that, that's fine. To each his own. But I started with a chest cam, and because I wanted almost a first-person type of view for the people that were going to watch my videos. Little did I know when I bought this that a lot of people prefer the Hero 4 for the image, not the image, but the audio quality. And it probably is the best audio quality. I bought a microphone with it too, but it really wasn't needed, because now I don't film with it, and I can't tell any difference in the image or the video quality. Not that either, I'm sorry. For the audio quality, that's what I'm looking for. But audio quality is great on these things, and if that's all you want, if you just want one camera, that's great. The Hero 4 is fine. Now the 7s, they've really began to perfect that, the audio, image, all that, with the 7s and the 8s. If you can afford that, that's great for you. I couldn't, and I didn't know where this thing was going to go, so I started with something cheap. And all the stuff that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to leave in the description below. Go out, check out the links, get started. Maybe one day we'll do a collab. But anyways, started with this, and I always have the mindset of how can this be better? How can this be better? What was good about this? What was bad about this? So I began to ask around. I asked some guys that are big in the business, and I took note from guys that are smaller. So I just kind of got a good counsel of people around me, and they said I had good content, that I was on to something, but I needed different camera angles. At this point, I was committed that I was in this for the long haul. So I began to kind of research some more. There's a guy, I don't know what he's doing up here, but I began to research what was the next step. And so where I landed was I started with, and currently now have 2 more cameras. Around the time that I began doing that research, it was Christmas, so I was like, all right, this is what I want for Christmas. I want 2 more GoPros, and that'll have me set for a little while. So what I went with, if you're a Musky guy and you're watching this, you've probably heard of Today's Angler, and they done a seminar. Oh, this guy's being a real jerkwall. I'll have to edit that out. So I was watching Today's Angler. They'd actually done a seminar at one of the expos 2 years ago, and they were talking about their camera setup, and they talked about the GoPro Hero 6 and how it has amazing slow motion. So that was one of the cameras I've got. GoPro Hero 6 has got better image quality, yes. It's got better stabilization quality, and it's got better slow motion. And the reason that they chose the GoPro Hero 6 was for its slow motion, and specifically they wanted awesome boat side strikes. They made the air jaws famous. That's an awesome video. I'll leave a link to it as well. It's crazy. But the slow motion quality of the GoPro Hero 6 is 1080p at 240 frames per second. It's silky smooth slow-mo. So I knew that I wanted that one to get some boat side stuff, and so that's what I went. And here is my setup, how I got that. I've got the GoPro Hero 6, I've got a polarized lens on it to knock down the glare, and I got that on a 14-inch Goose-neck clamp, I think is what they call that. And so far it's worked great. Haven't really got to try it yet, but it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for later this year. So the second camera I went with, and because of the GoPro Hero 6 still being pretty expensive, I tried to keep it on a budget as best I could, so I went with a GoPro Hero 5. It's not as good as the Hero 6. The slow-mo isn't as good. I think that I might be wrong, but this is only maybe 60 or 80 frames per second on the slow-mo. But I've got how I've got that rigged up. So this is kind of my overall shot. So this gives me another angle. This kind of gives me a over the head angle, kind of maybe because I fish out of the right side of my kayak. The 6 will get this side pretty well, but since I've got this one up here, so I get both sides. So I'll get on my left side and I'll get on my right side. This one is just a general purpose footage, whatever you want to call it. It's great. I think you can get them on eBay for like $100. It comes with that, a battery and a case and a charging cable. $100. It'll get you filming. Not a bad option if you want something, maybe just one camera, maybe just a head mount or a chest cam mount. But so that does it for the GoPros. So here's a little pro tip for you. I don't have any of my GoPros in a waterproof case, so it sucks. Let me turn the camera up here. So it sucks if it rains. You gotta stop what you're doing and get these put up, because when you take the side port off, it makes it non-waterproof, even though they're supposed to be waterproof. So I haven't tested this theory yet, but they make some silicone putty, and I thought when I run my lightning charging cable under this, I would get some of that silicone putty and put around this, and I would put some around my charging cord, and hopefully that would keep all the water out better. But so that's one pro tip. That one's free. And my second one is, if you want to run your GoPros a little cooler, like they will get hot and they will fog up the lens hot if you're fishing on a cold day. But if you want to run them a little cooler and they work just as well, is you take the battery out of it. If you take the battery out of it, they will run cooler and they won't shut down, because I've tested these out, and if they get too hot they will shut down, and if you don't have the beeps loud enough you won't hear it, and then you catch a big fish and you don't have it on camera and you're really mad. So pro tip, take the battery out of your GoPro when you got it plugged into a portable charger, and that'll save you some heartbreak when you get home. But yeah, I really like these. This is the Hero 5. Got the Teslin Polarized lens, and you put that bad boy, put it on the right way. Put that in, lock him up, clip him down there, put your lens on there, and boom, there you go. You are ready to rock and roll. Mount it to your tripod. That's the one thing I forgot to put, or say, is I got that on just a cheap tripod. I bought my wife a camera for Christmas, and that was a tripod, and it was already broken when I got it. So I just took her tripod and told her that I would buy her another one. She was okay with that. She really was. And it'll go up to like 54 inches or something like that, and it does fine. It's adjustable, it's stable, and I got 3 bungee cords that I wrap around the legs, and it keeps it from falling out in the water. That is the one downside to, well, I guess filming on the water in general, that you're going to drop some really expensive cameras into the lake and be really sad. And what I'm holding in my hand is actually my iPhone 10, iPhone X, whatever. It kind of gives me the vlog type feel. I've got an older iPhone that I've used. It was an iPhone 7. It's worked great. I use both of them. Here recently I've been using this one, the iPhone X, because it's always on my person. I don't have to hunt for it. It's one less thing to keep up with, but it shoots great for vlogs. This camera too has the same kind of slow-mo that the Hero 6 does, and the 240 frames per second at 1080p. And what is going on here? Now, one of the problems that I ran into and had read about on the GoPros was that and if you have one, you know that the GoPro batteries are not very good at all, and they won't give you much life. So again, going back to today's angler, on that same video, they said that they used a portable charger. So I got the brand off them. It's an Anker brand. This is the 26,800. It's the biggest portable charger I think that they make. But literally I can film 3 cameras off of that for about 4 hours, for about 4 days. So 4 hours of fishing for 4 days easily. You could probably do more, and I hope to put it to the test this summer when I do the Whatever It Takes tour. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And so the 26,800 milliamp, it's got 3 USB ports, so I can plug all 3 of my cameras in. It works great for that. Probably what I'll do in the future is get a smaller one, maybe like a 13,000 milliamp, to run just my chest cam off of. With all the wires and stuff, it kind of limits me on how much I can move. With the kayak, that's fine because I don't move much, and so that works fine. I've got like a 2-foot charging cable, and that works fine for this. But when and if I get a bigger boat, I'll probably definitely want to get something that's smaller and that will run my GoPro off of that. And for my kayak, I run, these are, I don't remember what brand charging cables these are, but they're 6.5 foot, what does it say? JSAUX. I got 2 of these, so that gives me one to run off my side boat camera and my over the head camera, and it does fine. They're great in length. I would probably, and they've got different lengths. I think they've got a 10 foot, they got a 6 foot, and so they've got all kinds of different sizes. So that works great. And as far as memory cards, I run the Sandisk in all mine. In my chest cam, I got a 64 gigabyte, something byte, Musky byte, Musky byte storage, whatever it's called. And I don't have any issues with that. The way that I do it, I've done it both ways, is I do the looping mode. I'm still working the kinks out of that. I missed a strike because of that, so I'm still working the kinks out. But the reason that I do the looping mode is it saves space on your card. So the way that it works is that in looping mode, you set it to 20 minutes. And so you set it and you start recording, and if anything happens within that 20 minutes that you want to save, you hit the record button, it'll stop recording, and it'll save that block of 20 minutes, and so you can have that for later. But if you don't hit that, it kind of erases that, and so it keeps your memory card open for space. So I run that. I like it. I'm still working the kinks out of it, but I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. Got that camera, got that camera, got that camera, got this camera. I think that's it. Hopefully it's helpful. Again, I'll leave all this stuff in the description below, and if you have any questions, comment. And golly, it seems like I'm forgetting something. I don't know, but I'll catch you guys later. Moorhead, Kentucky, next weekend, Chaos booth. Come find me, come to the Chaos booth. It's going to be awesome. I'll be hanging out with Rick from Chaos Tackle, and that's it. Catch you guys next time. Make sure you are subscribed. Oh yeah, this is what I forgot. So for my vlog type camera, cell phone, whatever, I got a small tripod, one of the bendable ones, so you can literally mount it on anything. You can bend the legs, wrap it around your boat, wrap it around a limb, whatever, and it works really great. It'll mount almost any cell phone, even the bigger ones, and you can turn this head, and it works great for that, for the vlog type setup.